Chapter 15. The Blindfold's Call. The mansion crouched on Atlanta's outskirts, a sprawl of ivy and midnight shadow, its windows dark as if guarding secrets older than the oaks that flanked it. Zephyra Seraphina Locke stepped from Maya's car, her boots sinking into damp earth, her leather jacket, still Liam's, open over a black slip dress that hugged her curvaceous frame. The coal locket gleamed against her chest, its cool weight a steady pulse, but her almond-shaped eyes, dark chocolate, molten with curiosity, flickered with the storm still churning from Elena's taunts, the stalker's photos, Diana's fear. At 28 her throne was a battlefield, and tonight Maya's invitation, come see the circle, promised an escape or a plunge. Maya moved beside her, coal-lined eyes glinting, her velvet voice a whisper, as she tied a silk blindfold over Zephyra's eyes. "Trust me," she murmured, her breath warm against her ear, her fingers brushing her curls, and Zephyra's pulse quickened, her drawl soft. "You know I do." The world vanished, swallowed by darkness, and the scent of Maya, paint and wine, a wild edge, and she let herself be led, her boots clicking on stone, then wood, the air shifting from damp night to something thicker, muskier, alive with murmurs and heat. The blindfold slipped free, and Zephyra's breath caught, her eyes adjusting to a chamber bathed in candlelight, flickering flames casting gold across bare skin, velvet drapes pooling like blood. Figures swayed, masked in lace and shadow, their moans weaving with low chants, a ritual that pulsed with ecstasy and enigma. Her ebony skin prickled, her crimson lips parting as Maya guided her deeper, her hand firm on Zephyra's waist. "Lose yourself," Maya whispered, and the air thickened. Hands caressed her arms, lips grazed her throat, strangers' sighs curling around her senses like smoke. She surrendered, the slip dress clinging to her thighs, her body arching into the touch, silk against her skin, a woman's fingers tracing her spine, a man's breath hot on her collarbone. The coal locket swung free, cool against the fevered press, and her senses blazed, each touch a spark, each moan a chord, her sensuality unfurling into something primal, unscripted. At 28, she'd claimed her body as art, but this was raw, a power she'd never tapped, a freedom that drowned the stalker's shadow, Elena's venom. A masked woman pressed closer, her voice a husky thread. "Lose yourself to find yourself." And Zephyra's moan mingled with the chant, her mind a whirl of heat and haze. The rhythm shifted, a door creaking open beyond the candles, and her eyes caught a fleeting glimpse. Naya, her shy student from Dr. Hart's seminar, her hazel eyes hollow as she carried a tray of drinks. The sight snapped the spell, a chill cutting through the ecstasy, and Zephyra's pulse spiked, the coal locket thudding heavier now, a pendulum ticking between pleasure and unease. Naya vanished as the door clicked shut, her face a ghost in the shadows, and Zephyra's breath hitched, the ritual's allure fraying at its edges. "Maya," she whispered, her drawl trembling. "What's she doing here?" Maya's hand tightened, her velvet voice soothing. "She's part of it. Don't worry." But the words rang hollow, Nia's haunted gaze a thread pulling at Zephyra's intuition. Something was off, a shadow cloaked in the decadence. The chant swelled, hands pulling her back, lips brushing her pulse, and she let them, her body swaying, but her mind sharpened, a queen tasting freedom, yet sensing a cage. At 28, she'd fought for her narrative, but this circle, its ecstasy, its secrets, held a truth she couldn't yet name. The candles flickered, the night deepening, and Zephyra stood amid the sway, her slip dress damp with sweat, the coal locket a dark star against her glow. Maya's eyes held hers, a promise of more, but Nia's face lingered, a whisper of something darker beneath the velvet curtain, a call she'd answer with more than her body.